back out here today, behind my house back here. I'm gonna climb this tree. Got my target set up right there, probably about 12, 13 yards, about where I'm hoping to shoot a deer at. I'm gonna do a whole simulated. I got all my saddle stuff is in here. Got my longbow here. I'm gonna do a simulated hunt thing right here. I'm gonna go up the tree, set up my platform, everything, and simulate shooting a deer. And just figured I'd bring y'all along. So here we go. Some of this stuff I'll get set up a little different as I start hunting throughout the year, but this is just basically, and I'm probably gonna make a lot of noise that I obviously wouldn't be making while I'm hunting, but for the sake of practice, this is it. So I use these to climb the tree. These are tree spikes. Not legal on all places on public land and stuff. In those cases, you'd use climbing steps or whatever you like to use, climbing sticks. Private land, you're good to use those as long as you got the landowner's permission. So, this is my rope here, my tether rope. I stay on this rope from the time I leave the ground until I rappel back down. So, I always put it on the tree. Set up. Always tie my platform on the bottom of my tether rope. Put a little one of those in it so I can just snatch that out when I get up there, hook it to the tree. This is the tethered Phantom. This is had this saddle for, I don't know, ever since the tethered Phantom came out that same year, so maybe 5 or 6 years. I'm not sure how long it's been out. A lot of people will wear their saddle to the tree, and I do some in some cases, but a lot of times I'm hunting somewhere way off the beaten path. I'm gonna take my saddle in my backpack. That way I may even get back there and set up on the ground and not need to use the saddle, but I don't like to wear it when I'm walking if I'm going a long way, so that's just me. So this is my normal. Obviously I can do it a lot faster when I'm in the woods and quieter, but this is just for the video. Spikes on here. The thing I like about these spikes and the saddle setup is when I go up a tree, especially if it's light enough where I can see it, and it's before daylight, and sometimes you can still see a little bit, but I can get to the height that I want to be at. If I need to go up more, down more, I can climb up or down with these spikes until I get to where I want to sit. And then I'll set my platform up accordingly. For that, like I said, some of this stuff I got a different little way I do it when I'm hunting, but for now, this is how I'm gonna do it. As far as the backpack part goes, got my leafy jacket here today. I'm gonna put this on to shoot with it on. Just kind of work out the kinks. If there's something else I need to do differently with this, be my first year hunting with that longbow, so see what I need to do about shooting with it from the saddle. Pull up rope here. I just always tie this belt. When I get up the tree, hopefully you can see this, I tie my pull-up rope behind this knot, and I'll just roll up the slack, stick it in my pack up on the tree or whatever, so that whenever I come down, once I rappel down, I'll reach this, I'll let my bow down on the other end, tied right here. I'll grab this and that'll pull this down to me. I'll do that. This is a Mad Rock Descender, or whatever they call it. It's Mad Rock Safeguard. So this is what my bridge hooks do. I stay on this the whole time while I'm hunting. You have to be careful. This thing can make a little noise, but you get used to it. You don't hit it. So. Right here, I'm gonna go around this limb, take my tether rope off, around this limb, and file back in. Ropes are all tangled up, that's why we do a test run. This is why we practice, so we can get all the kinks worked out. Platform here. Just gonna get back around. That. So here I am. Hopefully y'all can still see me up here. Now that I'm in position, I'll go ahead and get my tether right where I want it. Go ahead and tighten it up. Take the slack out of my lineman's belt here. And stash it in my pouch right here. I always like to put my backpack around the tree in a way that I can use this, I'll use this cushion here for my knees a lot of times. Tuck that up around the tree. Tuck that away somewhere. That. Usually if I was hunting, I would stash these in my backpack, but for this video, I'm just gonna drop them down. I don't need them to get back down, so. tether rope just like I would if I was hunting. Go ahead and get this up here. Stash this here. Most all this is exactly what I would do if I was hunting. Except for I'd be a lot quieter, more stealthy obviously. Probably going to use a different pull-up rope this time, but for today this is what I'm using. Go ahead and tie this around like I was telling you. Get this on here so that I can bring my rope down. Leafy jack on. Bow up. Just drop that down. And now I'm ready to shoot. Like I said, my target's over there, probably 12, 13 yards. I'm gonna sit here for a minute, just kind of settle in for a second, just like if I was hunting. I'd, sitting here. Obviously, I have my bow hanging up. Just kind of give myself a few minutes to calm down a little bit. We'll simulate a deer walking up, and I'm getting ready for the shot. So. That felt pretty good. Probably do this another time or two. Got two Saturdays between now and deer season, so 2 weeks away, basically. So definitely want to be prepared for that. So. Bow down. So like I said, I got the pull-up rope tied on this, so when I rappel down, I can be able to get my tether rope back down from up here. I'll talk about it for a second. So this is a Mystery Ranch frame pack. So It actually came as the Mystery Ranch Metcalf. I took off the main backpack part of it. This was the day pack that went with the Metcalf. And usually I can get all my kill kit, my skinning knives, my game bags, grunt calls, ropes, flashlights, snacks, everything I can get usually in these 2 bags here. And then this attachment right here is just the meat hauling attachment. So you take off, everything hooks up right here. You take off the actual pack, like the part that you would take like if you're going backpacking in to camp out, you know, you get all your sleeping equipment and everything. So you can see the blood on this probably, but this is what I always carry my saddle in. So a lot of the times I'm hunting in places on public land and stuff where I'm in there pretty deep, and even on private land sometimes. And when I kill a deer, I don't want to have to go all the way back out and then come back to get the deer out. So I try to go in prepared to kill the deer, and I'll take all this back out with me. So I got game bags in there when I'm hunting, and I'll quarter the deer up, bone it all out, keep the heads, the buck or whatever, pig, whatever it is. I'll put all the meat in the game bags, strap it in here, and then I'll put my stuff usually on the outside to keep it from getting bloody, and just tie everything on this pack. And it'll weigh a pretty good bit, but it's better than making, for me, it's better than making 2 or 3 trips. So, and this is like my normal routine of what I do. I'll just lay my pack out. I'll get my platform situated on here. Of course, if I hadn't killed something, I'd put the meat on there, and then I'll figure out the rest of that, how I'm gonna put it on the outside. But for normal hunting purposes, this is how I pack up my stuff for the most part. Just like this. I'll just try to take anything that can rattle and clank around and just kind of tuck it in. Obviously being careful not to put metal on metal while I'm in the woods, but I'll just put this stuff on there the way I can get it on there. This is an important part right here. I won't forget. Ain't got quite back into the rhythm yet, but that's why I'm out here practicing now. Roll up my pull-up rope. There's a lot better pull-up ropes than this. This is something I had laying around. It also worked good if you don't never know when you need some rope. I'm gonna stick this back in here. That. That. I'm gonna take my tether rope. Of course, it went over that limb up there, so let's pull it all back through. If it's a straight tree with no limbs, it'll just drop to the ground most of the time. Like I said, obviously you can get pretty fast doing this, especially you're trying to get home and just hunting the evening time or any time really, but you're out there, you're trying to get back to the truck, you can get all this done pretty quick, get into the rhythm of it. So rope right there, put these spikes here. Some of this stuff jingles a lot, but you can put stealth strip on it, stuff like that, make it quieter. I can usually be really quiet with it when I'm trying to do. That's it. I mean, this is what I go to the woods with, and it's not real heavy. I mean, I don't know, 15 pounds or something like that. I can walk for miles with this setup. Like I said, if I do kill something, I will. whenever I do kill a deer, I can pack it all out at once. I have before get the deer quartered up, start headed out, and just stash all my climbing equipment, you know, in a blow down tree or something somewhere, just to keep from carrying it all out. And then, you know, usually I'm gonna be back in hunting that area within the next couple of days, so I'll just stash everything somewhere where I know nobody can find it. I'll come back and get it later. So and this pack, this Mystery Ranch, is like, you get all these straps attached, everything tightened up, the load hauling straps and everything, and it's just like all the weight's really on your hips and your shoulders are free. I mean, you can shoot if you need to shoot, and it's a really good, it's an investment. These packs are not cheap, but they're really good packs. And like I said, you got everything you need, and you can come out with the deer. So I'm gonna walk over here, see what this group looks like, and we'll go from there. Not too bad. Felt pretty good because my first 3 shots for sure were all kill shots. They were all right in here, right where I was looking. So a couple of flyers, but not bad. I can work on that, get it even tighter. Anyway, that's basically it for me with the way I set up, and this was just a practice run. So thank you for watching.